My name is Matt Harvey. Welcome to the Deep Woods Survival Podcast. This is my second podcast. We also do Deep Woods Paranormal, which will kind of intermingle with this channel a little tiny bit. I'll try and keep it out as much as possible. So I wanted to kind of come on here with this first podcast and introduce myself, kind of talk about where I started into my survival skills, and kind of talk about where this channel is going to go. So as a kid, I was always taking things apart, putting them back together, trying to invent new things. And then when we were out basically traveling, my family traveled a lot. We camped here and there. I would set up structures and stuff like that. And I always carried either a pocket knife with me at that point in time, or I had some kind of Swiss Army knife. That was my favorite thing to carry as a kid. Into my teens, I started doing more hiking and biking out in the outdoors. So I had to learn to do wilderness survival, essentially. If I had an emergency, if I had to get water, if I had to get first aid to myself, or somebody else, if I had to shelter out in the wild for the night, I had to learn to do that. I had to learn to build some kind of structure big enough, because I'm a big guy, to house me and keep me warm for the night, or keep the bugs off me at least. I had to learn to kind of start fires and stuff like that. And a lot of people just call me a Boy Scout. I'm kind of a mix between a survivalist, a prepper, and an avid outdoorsman. I love to fish. Just starting into hunting. Like I said, I like to hike. I like to bike. We do Bigfoot research, so I'm out in the field a lot. We will essentially be putting together different different sections on our YouTube channel. This will be on this podcast. This video podcast will be there as well. So if you want to watch the podcast, you're welcome to. But so essentially, we're going to be having like how-tos, how to build a fire, how to build a structure, how to prep, how to whatever, you name it, we're going to be doing it. If I'm out in the middle of nowhere, which I am, I drive a lot, and I find myself in places where there's just nothing around. There's no food, there's no nothing. I carry a backpack with me at all times. Some people call it a bug out bag. Some people call it an emergency bag. I also have provisions in my car. If I had to spend the night, which I've done before, I could basically sleep in my car and be comfortable. Now, that's not camping in my car. It just means sleeping in my car. Maybe we'll do some camping, car camping videos here in the future. We'll have to use my wife's car, because she has a bigger car than I do. And it's going to be hard for me to sleep in that little tiny car that I have. I have a little Jeep Renegade. So we'll be doing all kinds of survival stuff, prepping stuff, anything with how-tos. And then we'll basically be doing anything that has to do with survival: hiking, biking, camping off grid, fishing for food, and maybe even learning to do some snare traps and stuff like that. Like I said, I'm a Boy Scout, so essentially you stick me out in the woods with a couple of tools, and I could probably figure out a way to set up a camp and essentially be safe for the night, get water, get food, and all that stuff. It probably wouldn't be a fun night, but I could do it. So anyways, that's a little bit about me. Each week, we'll probably do at least 2 podcasts, probably a Tuesday, Thursday thing or more. We already have the Deep Woods Paranormal podcast that comes out every week, 3 times a week, most of the time. So, yeah, this will be a fun place to basically just talk survival. If you'd like to come on the show, I would love to have you. I know I follow a lot of people that are just outdoor junkies, or they're preppers, or they're survivalists, or they're whatever. If you're one of those people and you're listening to this, or you just want to come on and talk about survival, or you want to talk about a piece of gear, or you want to talk about a tent setup, whatever, if it has to do with survival, I would love to have you on as a guest. So anyways, my email is deepwoodssurvival@gmail.com, and you can email us there. The link will be down in the bio down here. So anyways, guys, thanks for listening. I hope you enjoyed my first show with the Deep Woods Survival, and we will talk more to you later.